go country by country before we arrive. It's gonna take us like more than 10 hours or something like that. Right now, when I'm talking to you, because I know more the Senegalese national team, because I'm involved. I'm the general manager for the national.
Challenge changing of the mindset. Most of them they think about the short term. Some of them they just want money so quick. Most especially the most talented people come, grab them, lie to them, take them after giving them small things.
Bonjour, je suis El Hadji Diouf et je suis né au Sénégal, j'ai grandi au Sénégal et j'ai choisi d'être footballeur professionnel pour une seule raison, pour participer au développement de mon pays et pourquoi pas demain inviter d'autres jeunes à s'inspirer de ce que j'ai fait, comme Sadio Mané, comme Idriss Gana Gueye, comme Koulibaly, comme tous ces jeunes-là qui jouent au football et qui font plaisir à l'Afrique et au monde entier. Donc je dirais que je suis El Hadji Diouf qui a voulu être un ambassadeur de son pays, un ambassadeur du continent africain. Et merci, thank you God, merci au bon Dieu de m'avoir donné la chance de pratiquer et de faire ce que j'ai envie de faire, ce que j'ai toujours eu envie de faire, c'est de participer au développement de mon pays par le football. Et je crois qu'aujourd'hui, c'est chose faite. Je demanderai aux jeunes d'être sérieux, de travailler et surtout de croire à notre Afrique, parce que j'aime pas entendre quand on dit le futur est en Afrique. Non, c'est le présent d'abord et on doit se donner la main dans la main, travailler ensemble pour notre Afrique.
Merci beaucoup. Now, our people here would like to know briefly who El Hadji Diouf is.
El Hadji Diouf is someone to born in Senegal, raised in Senegal, and was a kid on the street to used to have a dream, one dream to be a footballer. And you know what, with my hard work, with my determination, and thank you God to give me that talent and the time to do what I always want to do, to play football, to be one of the best ambassadors for my country, and to be one of the best ambassadors for our continent. Because at the end of the day, we're gonna have only one winner, is gonna be Africa. That's why we need to be together, you know, with my, like what I say at the beginning, when I came to this country with my Major Hassan, I always say we have to be together. We have to stay together. You know, when we're winning together. When we're losing together. Like we have to work for the new generation coming and to help them to be like more than us.
Yeah, you say we are together, and indeed
2002, because you know, the African nation. I was dreaming to play African Nation Cup. After I played the African Nation Cup, I said, why not to reach the World Cup? And I think so for the first time we went to the World Cup, and I remember the qualification game we have. Why we went to the qualification game for the World Cup, because we used to play against Uganda here.
Mm-hmm.
We play against Uganda here. We drew 1-1, and we have a good result at home 1-0, and that's take us to the World Cup. Like what they always say, my biggest moment of football is the World Cup.
The World Cup.
The World Cup for Senegal, because we put the Senegalese country on the map.
Yeah, and Hassan, I think.
El Hadji, I wanted to ask you a question, and this question I wanted to ask even way back when you arrived. How did you feel when you're going to play France in the opening game, and how did you feel? You know, both France and Senegal, the French-speaking countries. How was that feeling when you won that first game in the World Cup?
You know, life is about like opportunity.
Yeah.
For any time, any days you can have some opportunity to be someone.
Yeah.
Eddie can tell you that because he came from here. He was a street boy, and you can know that as well.
Yeah.
We have a big game against France, opening game for the World Cup. The biggest game on that time, on that day, only one game can happen, the opening game. And I have a chance to play that game, and on my head, I say, from today the world gonna know where Senegal is, who is El Hadji Diouf, where he come from. They're gonna know my mother, my father, my sister, my brothers, my friends,
Yeah.
because I have an opportunity now to show the world who I am and to play against that France team, the best team in the world at that time and the best team in Europe, because there was a World Cup champion and European Cup champion. Like what they say, before the game, I have in my head, I love to be man of the match, and I love to show the world how good I am on the front of Zidane, one of the best players in the world. And I just made it because of two things. Like what I say to the young generation, it's about determination, it's about hard work and belief, and if you believe yourself and you working hard, I think so, you always gonna get what you want.
Before the World Cup, you had played for Sochaux, Rennes, and Law. Law happened to have had so many players from Africa, and it is not easy also to get a position there. And players want to know exactly that transition, how it is to adapt from the African leagues to the European leagues.
I was very lucky to went to France so early. I went to France when I was 14 years old, to the social academy. I was good, like what they say. Everything is about organization. I was good when I was in Africa playing on the street, and when I went to France, they give me the good organization. They give me like good advising to be a top player and footballer and professional footballer. Like what they say, it wasn't not easy for me to go to France because the climate is not my climate. I never played on the grass before. When I went there, it was so tough. But with my determination and with my determination to want to be someone, I used to forget everything. I just see on the front of me, one thing. I want to be someone. I want to help. I want to be someone, and I want to help my family tomorrow. And to help my family and to be someone tomorrow is about like hard work, determination, and to be focused. And that's what I always used to do. I never have a transition problem because I used to think and see only one thing. I want to be someone tomorrow.
You want to be someone tomorrow. Of course, that cannot go to Europe as
when I say we improve that in Senegal because our federation, we don't let the young people go into France like on my time. Now the thing changed. Like what they say, you need to have so many academies here in the country, and the best one after can go to play in Europe because you cannot wake up and now it's not like anything is possible. You cannot wake up and say I want something and I get it. It's about hard work. It's about like I have a nice formation for the young boys, and if you go to Senegal today, we don't have only the two good one. Everyone knows about Jambar and Generation Foot, but we have so many all over Senegal, so many academies. Because you're talking about myself on Sadio Mane. Sadio come from Generation Foot, but me, I come from Sami. Doesn't mean you need to have an academy in the country, and kids should to play together. Stay together and play together, and you need to have some players as well, much players to play in Europe because when they come back here, they can do the good mix and to have the team Senegalese have today because you remember back in the day, everyone used to laugh of us. Senegalese team, you never win nothing.
Yeah.
And we used to don't say nothing, just start building. And last year, if you see the result we got, the whole world talking about that, we used to be like African champion, Shan, under 17, under 15, and big soccer. That means like it's about hard work and do the good formation for the youngsters. And to see my legend here, to give everything for the country. Thank you again for what you do for Africa, because you don't do it only for Uganda. What they did, I don't do that only for Senegal. to come back home when they finish the career to help the football for the countries.
Yeah, if someone asks you about the evolution of African football at the moment, with a specific question, what has changed since your playing days, and where do you see it? Is the change positive or negative? If it is either way, where do you see us going?
Very positive, very positive. Now African football, you can ask my brother right here. If you ask us if we can come back to play now or before, definitely now, because everything, the organization is much better.
Yeah.
Today, like my time in Senegal, when we used to go to play somewhere, we go country by country. Before we arrive, it's gonna take us like more than 10 hours or something like that. Right now, when I'm talking to you, because I know more the Senegalese national team, because I'm involved, I'm the general manager for the national team. And when we travel, we have our own private jet. And when we go to somewhere, we're gonna take the best hotels, and players don't mourning anymore to have the bonus when they're gonna have this bonus and all this thing. We sorted everything out. And like what they say, and most of the government, like Senegal, our government help very, 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 very well the federation.
And of course, talking about the private sector now, you must be having a contribution in your brother's development of his sector, that is Big Talent Academy. How should these academies relate with the private sector, much as the federation and the government have to do it?
Definitely yes. If you talk about like the federation cannot survive without the private. Like so many, the federation needs so many good sponsors, like the MTN, like some private things. They have to come because they cannot be on the pitch, but they can play his part out the pitch to be like helping the federation.
Yeah, my brother Kenzo looks very comfortable, but he's the best person to tell us exactly how hard it is to really have an academy, because my brother, so many places here we call something an academy. Exactly is the challenge in having one that has your vision and you follow it up perfectly.
Anyway, it's very hard to have an academy because you have to feed these guys, you have to mentor them both mentally, spiritually. You have to get them people who are going to like godfathers, godmothers, to make sure that you raise strong, good people, and then they have also to study. But most of our talented kids like my academy, I was inspired by my story first and foremost. When I was building this academy, I was inspired by my story because me, when I was young, I struggled a lot, and if I had someone to give me a hand by then, I would make it even at that time. But because I didn't have anyone to give me a hand, I stayed longer. So I believe that the moment I got an influence, I had to go back to the ghetto, start picking these kids from different places, the vulnerables, to come and give them a hand so that their story can be at least a bit easier than mine was. So because I get these kids from deep down in the ghetto, it is also a very big challenge, changing of the mindset. Most of them, they think about the short term. Some of them, they just want money so quick. Most especially the most talented people come, grab them, lie to them, take them after giving them small things. So it is very expensive, first and foremost, to keep them together. And another thing, it is very hard to keep them together because of the short-term thinking and all that, and people who come and use us, But it is hard. That's the question you asked me. It is very hard, but it's doable if you know how to use the social capital and all that, and work within your means. It is easy. You can do it. It is hard, but still you can do it because I'm doing it. I've been doing it for I think this is the 4th year, and we're going strong. I almost have a player in most of the clubs in Uganda. I have like 70% now. I have players in most of the big clubs here. I have players on the national team, and I have some of my kids who went to do.
And you must be having those that broke your heart. How do you stay strong? And you, even in Senegal, there are players that disappear from you, from your academy, probably taken by Hassan Waswa and all that. How do you really shape up, and what message can you give those players? who think maybe I've found the easy cash, Juve is not taking me anywhere for now?
You know, first of all, it's about luck as well. You can be not everywhere, but like what they say to the young kids, because I can talk about myself and to my brother Sadio. When we know we have a talent, when we know we have something, we don't wait to people to come to get us. I go by myself to somewhere to say to the guys, I want to play football. Can you help me to play with your guys? And I went there, I just do that, and I help myself first. It's about to help yourself first.
Yeah.
You know, if you can be not everywhere, if some youngsters, they can be like anywhere from the country. They want to play. Today is more easy with a video, with a, something just like come to see AD and go to another academy, not far from where he and just to propose himself. And after, when you good, you're always gonna find something. It's about like to help yourself first and believe of yourself to be someone tomorrow and think can happen.
Yeah, we wrap up this edition because you have to do so many things. It is so much a pleasure having you here. We would have wanted to be here the whole day because I'm sure many questions are coming up. And I want to leave with one final one. Is there any country specifically which is easier to start in Europe? If it is, where and why?
Seriously, for me, I always believe one thing. It's not about how to start. It's about how to finish.
Perfect. This is how we have finished. I'm not going to finish in any way. And on behalf of everyone on FUFA TV and Ugandan football, we are saying au revoir, bientôt.
Thank you.
Hope people have understood what he said. Thank you.
Man,
Yes, we will.
it's looking good, man.
We have to.